looks like, I would say, a typical dermatofibroma.
Yeah, good. This is a like conventional, regular, very conventional looking DF from low power. The first thing I notice is the epidermis. Look at that. The epidermis gets very thick and acanthotic. Here's like the normal. And then as you go to the middle, thicker, longer, reedy. So it's got acanthosis or hyperplasia of the epidermis with the flattening of the reedy. The reedy are tabled. Tables and chairs is what my former fellow Gina Johnson liked to say about these. She's like, yes, tables and chairs, which I thought was fun. But you do tend to get epidermal hyperplasia over DFs. They often are flat. Like it's like, I think they like hit a force field. Like they come down towards the DF and then like it's like they hit an invisible force field and they stop. And that squishes them and flattens them out on the bottom. Although if you pick at, as I think we discussed earlier this month, if you pick and scratch at your DF, it will push all the way up and make the epidermis really thin over it. And people love to talk about Gren's zone, that little zone of normal between the epidermis and a dermal lesion. I don't find that concept very helpful for many lesions, although there's one right there. Look, there's a Gren's. So if you want a Gren's, there it is. But it's a concept I don't, people who watch my channel may notice that I never talk about it just because I usually don't find it useful except for a select few things. And when you irritate a dermatofibroma, I feel like that Gren's tends to disappear and the epidermis gets atrophic. And then look at the collagen trapping. Wow, that's amazing, right? The collagen from the background dermis gets kind of squished and trapped in here into the dermatofibroma cells. And this is a variant of DF here, actually. It's got kind of an unusual combo of things. It's got really dense hyalinized collagen that forms these like little rings and arcs and curlicues around the individual cells. And then look at the cells. Many of them are very foamy, see? Very foamy and like almost xanthoma looking. If you just had a high power of this, you might think of xanthoma. Although if you have a high power of this, the xanthomatous cells plus the sclerotic collagen in the background, actually I would think it's probably a DF, not a xanthoma. Xanthomas don't tend to have that I've seen at least. So this is a DF from a certain part of the body usually. DFs that have this abundant foamy cytoplasm. You can have a little foamy cytoplasm in any sort of DF, but when you got tons of it to the point that it looks like a xanthoma, and it's got this hyalinized, sclerotic, almost basement membrane looking collagen, this is called a lipidized dermatofibroma, also kind of colloquially referred to as an ankle type, because they usually arise on the lower leg near the ankle. I don't know exactly why that is, but we do tend to see, if you see a bunch of foam and a bunch of this funny arcs and rings of collagen, those are usually dermatofibromas from near the ankle or the lower leg. And you, sometimes the cells are big in dermatofibroma. Look how big and plump those guys are. Once you get to dermatofibroma, you can accept quite a lot of weirdness in the nuclei. They big, large guys that look like little eyeballs there, scattered pleomorphic cells, scattered mitoses. None of those things bother me for dermatofibroma by themselves, okay? So this is a good dermatofibroma, a lipidized type, and I've got a whole video on DF and a whole video on lipidized DF on my channel, so you can go watch if you want more example of this. And oh look, a bonus. What's that?
Tattooing.
Yes, tattoo pigments or ink, whatever name you like. It's black, right? And black is not made by the human body. Black is exogenous always. So all the colors our body makes, brown, green, yellow, red, that's fine, but not black. And sometimes it'll polarize. I think it depends on case to case, and it usually doesn't all polarize. So I've noticed that sometimes you get little speckles of polarizing in there, and sometimes you don't. So I suspect that there's different brands and compositions of the pigment. I think the last time I read, a lot of the black pigments at least are carbon-based pigment. And pencil tattoo, graphite tattoo can look similar, although I think it's bigger and chunkier, and there tends to be little bits of polarizable stuff in there. So that looks black to me, but sometimes it's hard for me to tell, but the green can look kind of black. When you see like red and yellow, those usually you can tell they have a very different looking color. So this person right in the middle of their tattoo got a big old DF. All right. There you go. Large dermatofibromas. And there's people, I mean, it's like almost down to fascia. Look, that's fascia. Oh, look at the ramen noodle sign of another former fellow, Ed Fulton, who loved to talk about how this looked like ramen noodles straight out of the package, or instant noodles if you live in a different part of the world where they call them that. And it's true. When you see that wavy, that's not nerve. That's dense regular connective tissue, collagen, okay? Tendon, fascia, or ligament. Very cool. I love the ramen noodle sign. So anyway, And we've talked about that dermatofibroma to death. Now let's look at this.